strings and dictionaries. So strings are nothing but a sequence of characters. So we have already seen plenty of strings in examples during the previous sessions, right? So this is the basic syntax of declaring a string. So we can also use double quotes as well as the single quotes while declaring the strings. And రెండు సిమిలర్గానే ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. సో well, we can also check this x equal to y, which returns true value. So since they are equal, double quotes are convenient if your string contains a single quote characters. ఎప్పుడైనా డబుల్ కోట్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తే ఐడెంటిఫై చేయడానికి చాలా ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. And here it is the syntax. We can print this string. If we try to put a single quote character inside a single quoted string, Python gets confused. So that's why it is showing error here. Here ఇక్కడ 3 times సింగిల్ కోయిట్స్ ఇచ్చారు. సో ఈ ప్లూటో అనేది స్ట్రింగ్గా కన్సిడర్ చేసి రిమైనింగ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అన్నీ ఇన్పుట్లా తీసుకోలేదన్నమాట. సో దట్స్ వై హియర్ ద సింటాక్స్ ఈజ్ ఇన్వాలిడ్ సింటాక్స్. We can also fix it by using this backslash in between this string. Here you can see the result when we put this backslash here. So the table below summarizes some important uses of backslash characters. Here we can see this backslash n, which is very familiar for all of us. Last sequence /n, it represents the new line characters, as we all know about this. And here a string named hello, which we have declared hello \of world, which results here in 2 lines as output. And in addition to that, Python's triple quote syntax for strings let us include new lines literally just by hitting enter on your keyboard. So as we all know, this this is called as the dot strings, right? When we use triple quotes, it is called as dot strings, which is used for describing many functions in this code. And here we have checked whether this is true or false. And the print function automatically adds a new line character unless we specify a value for the keyword argument. We can also, when we use this n, it will break this it will continue the characters in a single line, which will see we can understand by this output here. Yes, strings are nothing but a sequence of characters. Almost everything we have seen that we can do in a list. లిస్ట్లో ఎలా అయితే ఆపరేషన్స్ చేసామో, లైక్ ఇండెక్సింగ్, స్లైసింగ్, అపెండింగ్, we can also perform those operations in these strings. The only difference between the strings and lists are the strings are immutable to change, while those lists are mutable. మనం ఈ స్ట్రింగ్స్లో వాల్యూస్ని చేంజ్ చేయలేము, లిస్ట్లో మాత్రం చేంజ్ చేయొచ్చు అకార్డింగ్లీ. See, This indexing is similar to that of list operation. We have declared the string a string variable called planet and assign this planet a string called planet, and indexing to that this zero index represent to this character p. And coming to slicing, we are familiar with this slicing operation. We are just retrieving this last but three characters in the string. So this is the syntax: a string variable of square brackets, and here we are retrieving this black characters from back, right? So that's why we are using this -3. So we all know about this length function, right? Length of planet, which is nothing but the variable of string. Length of planet is 5. Since the Pluto consisting of 5 characters, and yes, we can also even loop over them, which is nothing but this function is looks like this function looks like similar to list comprehensions. Here we are we use this for loop to get characters in a list. For characters in planet, here we are appending this special character, so that's why it results like this. For every character in Pluto, we are attaching this special character by looping. And so as I said, they are immutable. We cannot modify them. So here is the example. If we try to modify those string, like planet of 0, which represents to this character p, but we have declared here a p, so that's why it is showing an error here. And string methods, upper, lower are few types of methods in strings. This upper function, this climb is a variable, a string variable. It's consisting of planet is Pluto is a planet, and here dot upper is a method which is used to convert those strings into uppercase. And this similar to that of upper upper method, this lower method converts into letters into lowercase. This is the basic syntax we need to follow. And for searching the first index of substring, we have used dot index and a bit of string. So since this plan is indexed to 11, and and starts with and ends with is also few types of methods to check whether this string is starting with those format or not. So since the string starts with planet, it results as true, while the string is not starting with this dark planet, so it results as false. It gives a false value. And moving on, going between strings and lists. So dot split and dot join is also few types of methods, functions. It turns a string into list of small strings. Yeah, here dot split is used to split the string characters, and this dot join function is used to join the splitted values, like a splitted string. we have defined these words and call this split function. Climb, previously we have defined this climb with, with strings consisting of planet is Pluto is a planet. So now we are using the split function to split those strings. So it results in a format of list. And again, occasionally we all want to split on something other than white space. Yes, we can also split those strings and place some other characters in those splitted space. Other than using the white space, we can also include any special characters. So here we can see that date str, and we have provided a date in a string format, and now we are splitting using this, placing this character hyphen character by using this split function. So this is the syntax here, and string dot join takes, yes, and this is the join method here. They have provided an example here. This is the basic syntax how we can use this join function. And since we are replacing this front slash in between those dates, the month, day and year, we need to place this character and dot join in the format here. Yes, we can even add some different emojis or any kind of characters to placing this character that we want to add in between them. And here we have used this upper method to convert the lowercase letters, and building strings with dot format. So since this dot format is a type of method, we can also concat strings with the help of plus operator, addition operator. So here we can see this syntax: planet plus a string, we miss you. So planet is assigned, planet is a string which is having Pluto as a string, planet comma we miss you, Pluto comma we miss you. So we can see while using this plus character, plus operator, we have attached this string here. If we want to throw in any non-string objects, we have to be careful to call this str method on first. So here we can see if we declare this if we declare any character externally and try to concatenate this, we can get a specific error like this. So ఇక్కడ మన పొజిషన్ అనే దానికి 9 అనే వాల్యూ అసైన్ చేసాం, బట్ ఈ 9 అనే వాల్యూ ఈ స్ట్రింగ్ యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయకుండా మనకి ఎర్రర్ చూపించింది. సో టు ఎస్కేప్ దిస్, we have using this string a method called str of the variable name. If we use this method, we can add any specific characters. So here we can see the value 9 is added here. So since this is getting hard to read and annoying to type, so we use this str dot and string dot format function. So here we can see how the format function works. We can just specify a flower bracket and a string followed and any other flower bracket, and call this function called format. Here here planet and position is specified here. We need to declare planet and position since they have already assigned to that assigned previously. So planet and position is all set to add in this string, so which results as Pluto and a position 9 here. So, and this is the another example where we can use this format function. మనం ప్రీవియస్గానే ఇక్కడ డిఫైన్ చేసేసి వాల్యూస్ మనం ఈ ఫార్మాట్ ఫంక్షన్ యూజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఆ వాల్యూస్ అనేవి ఇక్కడ కాల్ చేయొచ్చు అనమాట. వెన్ వీ కాల్ దిస్ those values will be inserted in that string. So that's how this format function helpful for us. And here is the another example of using format function by calling index values. We can place the index values in the flower brackets, and we can call these strings where we want to place in between that string. So here we can see this sample output here. And coming to dictionaries, dictionaries are nothing but more likely a data structures in a Python, which is used to map keys to values. So here is the sample syntax to declare a dictionary, a name of the dictionary, a variable, and we need to use this flower brackets while declaring this keys and values. Here 1, 2, 3 the strings are keys, and 1, 2, 3 these integers are corresponding values to the those keys. Yeah, values are accessed via square bracket syntax similar to indexing in lists and strings. Yeah, similar to that of lists and strings. In dictionaries also we can use square brackets to get values of those corresponding keys. Here we can see for this key value 1, this integer 1 is value to that of key. So if you want to know that value for those corresponding key, this is the basic syntax we need to use. Even we can use the same syntax to add another key. Since this 11 is not present in that dictionary, we can also add this 11 into the dictionaries like this. So when we print this dictionary, we can see this result. Key value 11 and 11 integer 11 is the corresponding value, or this syntax is used to change the value associated with an existing key. Yes, previously integer 1 is this corresponding value, but now Pluto is this corresponding value. Yeah, similar to that list comprehensions, dictionary comprehensions are also with same syntax we can use. And here planets with a few elements. They declared a planet consisting of all these elements, and another variable which is declared, assigned to which is assigned in a dictionary format. Inbuiltly, this consisting of an operation, a for loop operation, where we are trying to get the first characters in every element. So for planet, in planets, we are retrieving those planet name and their first character. Like index value is assigned 0, right? So that's why you're getting the first character in every element. So Mercury M, and this is followed by all elements. And in operator is used whether the particular element is present in those dictionary or not. So Saturn in planet to initial. So since this Saturn is available in the dictionary, it results as true. And this one is not present in the dictionary, right? So that's why it gives us false. Yes, we can also loop over a dictionary while loop over its keys. For k in numbers, we are printing that dictionary called numbers. So they have used this dictionary comprehensions concept here. Dot format of k, which is nothing but a values, which is nothing but a keys in this dictionary called numbers. We can access a collection of all keys or all the values with dot keys. Like this is the name of the dictionary followed by keys and dot values. If you want to know, if you want to get those keys and values, we can use this format. We can use this function. So here is an example here. To get all the initials, sorted them alphabetically, followed by a space separated string. So since we want space between those elements, those values, we are using this space and joining them together with a sorted output and calling with this values function. And dot items is also a useful method which iterate over the keys and values of dictionary. Here, see, they have used the for loop to iterate those elements in dictionary, which presents in dictionary. And they have also used this format function to get in this specific format. So coming to the exercises, at first we need to set up this notepad, and for each of the 5 strings below, predict the length, predict what length function would return, and pass that string. Okay, we need to predict this length, length of the string. So since this length of the string is 0, we can say this. So we need to say this. Can anyone predict this length of the string b? Not, we can use this length function, length of b, and here also we can use this length function. Here too. And here also. And coming to the first question, there is a saying that data scientists spends 80% of their time cleaning data and 20% of their time complaining about the cleaning data. Let's see if you can write a function to help cleaning US zip code data. Given a string, it should return whether or not that string represents a valid zip code. For our purpose, a valid zip code is any string consisting of exactly 5 digits. So we need to check whether the string they have provided is valid or not. So they, as they mentioned, we need to check whether the string is exactly having 5 digits or not. So that's why we need to write a code. And is it right? So we can also use is so this is function checks whether the consisting string is digit or not. Coming to the second question, a researcher has gathered thousands of news articles, but she wants to focus her attention on articles including a specific word. Complete the function below to help her help her filtering her list of articles. Your function should meet the following criteria. Do not include documents where the keyword string show up only as part of a large word. For example, if you were looking for a keyword closed, you would not include the string enclosed. Okay. She does not want you to distinguish uppercase from lowercase letter. So the phrase close the case would be included when the keyword is closed. Okay. So we need not to distinguish whether the string is upper or lower case. Do not let periods or commas affect what is matched. It is closed. Could be included when the keyword is closed, but you can assume there are no other types of punctuation. Okay. So a bit difficult one. Let me explain by showing this. So they have provided a set of strings called documents and also keywords. We need to search, we need to write a function which will search a particular keyword when we provide it. So here, see, this is a sample example how the doc underscore list is a set of strings, and we need to complete this function which will search a particular keyword when we provide. So at first they have declared a string called indices, declared a list called indices, and they have iterated a for loop, initiated a for loop to iterate I and doc enumerate documents. So to iterate keywords, to iterate this document which consisting of strings, and also declare the tokens variable to split. Okay, this dot split function is used to split those strings, and again they have been normalized this splitted string. So since they have asked to remove whether the periods and commas are removed from the end of the verb. So since we need to remove, we need to strip them off. They have used dot strip function here and also converted those string into lowercase. Further, they have used this for loop for token in tokens. These tokens represent to this splitted string, and if the keyword is lower in normalized list, those iterated strings is appended to this list called indices. And coming to the third question, now the researcher wants to supply multiple keywords to search for. Complete the function below to help her. You are encouraged to use the word underscore search, which is previously used. So similar to that second question, they are asking to complete this function.